Hello dear students, today in this video lecture we are going to discuss electric dipole moment and the SI unit of electric dipole and the electric dipole moment, and after that we will find out the electric field intensity due to an electric dipole on x-axis. So let's start with the definition of the electric dipole. So what is electric dipole? Electric dipole is a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. We have two charges having the same charge, minus q and positive q, means both should have the same charge and opposite in sign. So these two charges are separated by a small distance. This distance we can take 2L or sometime we can take even 2A, that is your choice. So you can see here we have two charges, minus q and the positive q, and both are separated by distance 2L. So this kind of formation is known as electric dipole when two charges having the same charge but opposite sign is known as electric dipole and separated by a small distance. The electric field is produced by dipole is known as dipole field. These negative and positive q charges producing their field in that way. So this kind of field is known as the field produced by dipole field. The electric dipole, you can take the example of two opposite charges. We already derived in the previous lecture how the negative charge and the positive q charge is representing the field. So we can say the electric field due to the dipole. Next one is electric dipole moment is a vector quantity. Next term is dipole moment. Dipole moment is represented by a symbol p and that vector quantity, that's why vector is there. It is used to measure the strength of an electric dipole. What is the work of dipole moment? It measure the strength of electric dipole, how strong is the field. So to find the strength of electric dipole field, we are using a term electric dipole moment. Next is direction of dipole moment. How to represent the direction of dipole moment? So now again you have two charges having the same magnitude of charge but opposite sign, and these are separated by distance 2L. So now we want to find the direction of dipole moment. So according to sign convention, the direction of dipole moment is always from negative to positive charge. So direction is negative to positive. This is the direction of the dipole moment. Next, what is the, you can even underline this, the direction is from negative to positive charge. Next is the SI unit of P. P means dipole moment is coulomb meter, and according to the definition we can write expression for the dipole moment. So dipole moment is represented by P and it is the product of either charge, any one charge you can take, either charge multiply with the distance between the two charges, and this I represent the direction because this is on the x-axis, so we are taking here I. So in the vector form we can represent in that way the dipole moment. So now next term is ideal dipole. What is ideal dipole? Ideal dipole is a dipole in which charge becomes larger and the separation becomes smaller. So if you increase the size of charge but decrease the distance between the two charge, so in that case the dipole is known as ideal dipole. So this is your ideal dipole. This is the condition for ideal dipole, when the size of the charge is very high but the distance between the two is very small, that kind of charges form a ideal dipole. So next we will derive a derivation for electric field intensity due to an electric dipole on axial line. So we will derive the relation for electric field intensity on the x-axis. So we can see here I have two charges, one is minus q and other one is the positive q charge, and same charges mean they are forming a dipole, and the distance between the two charges is 2A, and here the P point is there. So we want to find the electric field intensity E at P point, we want to find electric field at this point. Okay, and the distance of this P point from the center of the dipole is R. Okay, so the P distance from the center is R. Now we will calculate the electric field. As we know, for positive Q charge, if you have a positive Q charge, so what is the direction of electric field lines? It is always outward, away from the charge. So now we will find the direction of electric field due to this positive Q charge. So let's see how to find the direction of the positive charge. And similarly we will find for negative charge. For negative charge, the arrow towards the negative Q charge, and for the positive charge it is away from the positive Q charge. So let's start with the first charge. This is your minus Q charge. So what is the direction of electric field at P point due to this negative Q charge? So as we know, for the negative charge, direction is towards. So we will draw the direction towards this side. So this is the direction of electric field due to Q1 charge. That is E1. This is the field because we have to represent towards the negative Q charge. This is your negative Q charge. So we represent the arrow towards the negative Q charge. Now similarly we want to find electric field at P point due to this positive Q charge. So as we know, for positive Q charge, direction is away. So we will draw the vector. I will show this one with the different color. This is the field produced by positive charge. This is your E2. Now if you compare the length of these two arrows, which one is greater? E2 is greater than E1. Why I have drew this one as greater? E1 is less than E2, or you can say E2 is greater than E1, because the electric field produced by this positive Q charge is greater. Why it is greater? We know this relation. E depends on R square, inversely proportional to R square. So as distance is going to increase, if this thing is going to increase, electric field decrease. So now if you compare two charges here, which charge is near? This distance from P charge and this distance from P point, and the distance of Q charge from P point. So minus Q charge is at far as compared to the positive Q charge. So this Q charge is very near to P. It means the electric field produced by this positive Q charge will be greater. It will be strong. So that's why I have represented by the larger arrow, E2. So let's write in the magnitude form. We will write in the magnitude form. So let's start. The electric field E1 due to electric field due to your negative Q charge, so you can write E1 is equal to, what is the formula? We will write a formula for point charge. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is your charge? Q. We are taking here in the magnitude form. So what is the distance of minus Q charge from P point? So this portion is R and this one is your A. You can divide 2A into A and A. So total this will be your R plus, and this portion is A. So R total is R plus A. Okay, so we can write R plus A whole square. And what is the direction? Direction is for E1 is along AP, because arrow for negative Q charges along P2A, not AP, it's a P2A. For E1 it is along P2A. Similarly we will write for E2. So what is E2? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R plus, now we will see the distance. The distance of P point P point from your Q charge. So this is the distance from P and Q charge. So what is that distance? This total is your R. If you subtract, this one is your R. If you subtract this portion, R minus A, so you will get your this distance. So this is R minus A. So you can write here R minus A. R minus A whole square. And what is the final, you can say, what is the direction of E2? So direction of electric field is outward side, and that is along B to P. So we can write B to P. This is your B to P. Now we have to find the net field. So how will you find the net field? We have two arrows. One is E2 is this side, that is larger one, and E1 is this side. So both are in opposite side, but we know this E2 is greater. So net field will be toward, this is the net field, toward this side, E net. So E2 is greater. So we will subtract E2 minus E1. So we can find E net by using this E2 minus E1. Now substitute the value and we will find the electric field lines. So in the next page we will go to find the E net. Q by 4 pi epsilon is common in the both equation 1 and 2, in both previous equation, and your E2 is R minus A whole square, and this one is R plus A whole square. Now after this we will solve by taking the LCM. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R plus A whole square R minus A whole square, and here you can take the LCM. Because this is A minus B, I will tell you how I will get this one, R square minus A square, and this one here. As we know, there is a relation. If you have A minus B whole square and A plus B whole square, so in that case you can write this as A square minus B square and whole square of the two terms. So in the similar manner I have written there. So now open the term, open the all braces, 4 pi epsilon naught, and this one you can open using the formula A plus B whole square. A plus B whole square is here, you can write here R square plus A square plus 2A, R minus is common, then again R square plus A square minus 2AR, and divide by R square minus A square by 2. Now in the next step you can solve the bracket, and after solving, if you see the next step, this R square will cancel, A square cancel, and this minus will be plus, you will get 4AR. So we will write the next step. So finally you will get electric field, net electric field will equal to your Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, and after solving the internal bracket you will get 4AR, sorry, this is 4A, you can see the previous one, 4AR you will get. So 4AR R square minus A square and the whole square of the. In the next step you can write 4 as 2 into A into R, R square minus A square by, sorry, A square and whole square. So we know 2a, this 2a and q is equal to 2aq is equal to p. So we can replace this term 2a product of 2 and q with p. So we are taking here magnitude form, so I will write here 2p and r is also there. So finally you will get 4 pi epsilon naught r square minus a square and the whole square. So this is your E net field. This is your E net field due to the electric dipole on the axial line. In the same manner, there is some special case. One special case is there. If the distance, this distance r, this p point is very far. If this p point is very far from the dipole, so what will happen? So we can write the condition if r is very greater than a. So in that case we can neglect the a, So in the previous equation here, if we neglect the a, so what will you get? 2pr 4 pi epsilon naught, and a you will not write if you are neglecting a, because a distance is very small as compared to the distance of p point. So you can write r4 and r will cancel, here 3 will left. So final E net field will be 2p 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, which implies electric field depends, it is inversely proportional to the r cube. You can see this thing, because earlier what is that? Minus q, and this is your positive q charge. This is a distance and this is also a distance, and we want to find the electric field at p point. This was our problem. So now if we are moving p away, so what will happen? This is r distance. If you are moving the p away from the dipole, so what will happen? This distance r will going to increase, and if apply this condition, r is very greater than this small distance, so in that case you can neglect the r. If you will, you can neglect the a, and when you are neglecting the a, don't write it, put it 0. So what you will get? This only r will left, and after this you will get this. This is the net electric field on axial line. In the next lecture we will discuss electric field due to electric dipole on an equatorial line. Till then, take care and thank you.